they go back to Mathura. And Mathura, as they go back, Krishna finally remembered that he did not properly say goodbye to his gopikas. Finally the thought dawned upon him. He said, I did not have time. This Akrura came and pulled me all along. As though Akrura pulled him. Therefore, let me decide to at least send a message to my gopikas saying that just like them, I also am in pain of the separation. Therefore, he calls Uddhava and says, Uddhava, you need to go to Vraja, and the gopikas are there in pain of separation, longing to see me again. They think I'm going to be back anytime soon. And I'm not going to go back there anytime. And therefore, please go and pacify. Uddhava was thrilled. Uddhava anyway wanted to visit all the sacred land of Gokula and Vrindavana, because he knew all the Krishna Cheshtitas that happened there. So he too wanted to go and have the association of the sacred sand of the Vrajabhumi. Uddhava was also thrilled because he has an opportunity to meet with Gopikas. Therefore, he decided, this is the time. Let me go pacify them, and also let me teach them. Let me give them the strength. Let me teach them Vedanta so that they will have the required strength to bear the separation of Krishna. So Uddhava prepared and he proceeded, and he was received by Nanda and Yashoda, and they were so very thrilled. Uddhava looks almost like Krishna. Anyone can easily mistake Uddhava to Krishna. He looked almost the same as Krishna, the same magnetic beauty. And therefore, Yashoda, looking at Uddhava, was thrilled that she could again meet somebody who was almost like Krishna. And both of them spent a lot of time together. Uddhava praised Yashoda and Nanda. And he went on, do not lament. Krishna will come sometime. Krishna is not away from you all. Just like how fire is latent in a piece of wood, Krishna is there. He is the Paramatma. He is all pervading. He is in you. He is in me. And he went on to teach. Nahasyasti priyak kaschin napriyo vasti atman amaninaha nottamo nadhamo vapi samanasyasmo vapicha. For him, no one is special. No one is superior. No one is inferior. He is free from all desire. Yet he respects all. He does not respect anyone. Na mata na pita tasya na bhadya na sutadayaha atmiyo na paraschapi na deho janma yevacha. So you should know this. He is Bhagavan. He is the Parabrahman. He has no mother. He has no father. He has no wife. He has no children. He has no relatives. No one is related to him. He has no material body. He has no birth. He has no work to do. Nachasya karma valoke sadasan mishra yonishu kridattam sopi sadhunam paritranaya kalpate. He went on giving the Tattvajnana to Yashoda, to Nanda, and all the Gopas who were there. Basically, he was trying to give them strength by basically talking about how it is impossible to realize him. He did not realize that the Gopikas know how to reach him, how to realize him. Then one who is unreachable is already been reached. Who cannot be comprehended is already comprehended. But here he went on giving this jnana to them, and he thought he would do the same with the Gopikas. I need to go and I need to teach the Gopikas. Bhagavan is Ananu. Bhagavan is Astulam. Bhagavan is Ahrasyam. Bhagavan is Adirgham. Bhagavan is Ajam. Bhagavan is Avyayam. Bhagavan is Arupam. The Shastras sometimes do not know how to actually capture that infinity in such a way that we can easily comprehend. So the Shastras goes on saying neti, 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 not this, not this, not this. Not realizing that what the Shastras possibly sometimes fall short of, a Bhakta tries to do the same so very effortlessly. And therefore, when Uddhava decides that he has to go and give this Vedantic teaching to the Gopikas, he was in store for a surprise, for a shock. And then he rests there in the palace of Nanda and Yashoda. The next day morning, after performing morning ablutions, he gets on to the chariot and he proceeds to meet with the Gopikas. And as Uddhava proceeds on the streets, the Gopikas all start to assemble. They all know that Uddhava has come. And they also see that Uddhava almost is lookalike Krishna. They are all thrilled. The Gopikas have been waiting. It is as though an eternity has passed since Krishna has moved out to Mathura. They've all been waiting. But at the same time, they're all deep in pain. They're all upset. They are in pain of separation. And they're all waiting there as Uddhava approaches. Uddhava thinks he can go and pacify. And then Uddhava approaches and says, do not worry, Krishna is with you. Krishna is also like you, thinking constantly about you. All the Gopikas assemble around Uddhava. And then suddenly, while they were all meditating on Krishna, suddenly one Gopika sees a bee which starts to fly around. And a bee starts to come around, and looking at the bee, the Gopika realizes that this bee is nothing but Krishna's messenger who has come here to give us Krishna's message. And therefore, a beautiful conversation starts between the Gopika and the bee. And this is celebrated as Bhramara Gita. What a wonderful conversation. But this is a conversation that can take us into a shock. Because this is a conversation of a supreme bhakta in deep pain of separation, in deep angst. And therefore, the Gopika looks at the bee, and the bee is approaching the Gopika. Now, the bee is approaching the Gopika's feet, as though it is going to prostrate to the feet of Gopika. Now, Uddhava is also an onlooker here. And the Gopika looks at the bee, takes one step backwards. Takes one step back, so looks at the bee. Madhupakitava bhando mas prashangrim sapatnyaha kucha vilulita mala kunkumas pashrubhirnaha vahatu madhupatihi tan manininam prasadam yadu sadasi vidambyam yatyadutas twam idrik. This immediate looks at says, Madhupakitava bhandaha. Oh, so you are the messenger or the cheater. That cheater has sent you. Madhupa Ketava Bhandaha. You are the messenger of the cheater. Sapatnya Kucha Vilulitamala Kunkumas Pashrunaha. The bee, as it was coming, it was full of kunkuma. We know this kunkuma is rubbed off from Krishna's garland, and that kunkuma is because he embraced one of our rivals in Mathura. And we don't want that kunkuma to touch us. So don't come near us. And mas prashangrim, don't come and take prostrate to us. Vahatu madhupatihi tan maninam prasadam. Let Krishna shower all his blessings on the women of Mathura. We don't want any more his shower of blessings. And by sending you as a messenger, he is actually being ridiculed by everybody, because he has left us like this. Now he is sending us a messenger. We need to understand here that Bhramara Gita is a conversation where the Gopikas are using a Sambhashana technique. Where there are various ways of Sambhashana. What these Gopikas are doing here is they are getting into a Jalpa of tenfold. This is called Chitra Jalpa. Tenfold. Jalpa means speech. Chitra Jalpa is tenfold. Rajalpa, Parijalpa, Vijalpa, Ujjalpa, Sanjalpa, Avajalpa, Abhijalpa, Ajalpa, Pratijalpa, Sujalpa. Tenfold Jalpa. In each of this, they are actually taking Krishna to task. We may wonder, what is this? Gopikas are the greatest bhaktas. What is happening here? Oh, you are a friend of cheater. Don't touch my feet. You are not worthy of touching my feet. What is your Krishna doing by sending you as a messenger? This is ridiculous. What we see here is envy, pride, jealousy. We may wonder, what is happening? Gopikas being envious, how can they express pride? How can they express jealousy here? This is the paradox. the more intimate the love, the less logical it is. The more intimate the love, the less logical it is. The more spiritual the connection, the more it appears human. And moving beyond the surface emotions, what we can here see, we need to see the hidden emotions of the Gopikas. It is not jealousy, it is actually an expression of intimacy, the ache of exclusive surrender to Krishna. It is not sarcasm, it is an expression of unfiltered love which comes out of viraha bhava. It is not a complaint, it is an expression of total dependence on Krishna, like a child clinging to a mother, complaining. It is not a complaint, it is an expression of dependence. It is not rejection, it is helpless clinging to Krishna. It is not anger, it is the intensity of love that we need to see here. Now, the first shloka that we saw is Prajalpa, where Prajalpa means critical speech, and then the next they use is Parijalpa. From critical speech, now they go to sarcastic speech. Maybe don't buzz about Krishna here. We have heard enough of Krishna. He is a deceiver. Talk about how he deceives people. This is sarcastic. Here he has abandoned us and now he is sending us a messenger. Now the mocking, sarcasm here, the focus is abandonment and not the mocking. And they are saying, why should we now sing the praises of Krishna? From Parijalpa, they move to Vijalpa. Vijalpa is jealous speech. Why you are coming and glorifying? Look at the bee. You are coming and singing glories of Krishna? We are the wrong audience here. Now he has new set of beloveds in Mathura. Please go and sing all his glories there. You are wasting your time here. They are expressing the jealousy here of Gopikas is the ache of exclusive surrender there. From Vijalpa, they move on to Ujjalpa, proud speech. Krishna can go along. Everybody will come to Krishna, but we are the only ones who, even though we are worthless, we keep chanting the name of the Uttama Shloka. That is Ujjalpa. From Ujjalpa, they move on to Sanjalpa, accusatory speech. Keep away. Hey bee, don't go, don't even come. We know you know how to do flattering words. Did Mukunda teach you how to flatter people? The way you are flattering gives us a flavor. This is Krishna's flattery. We are not here to listen to his flattery. From Sanjalpa, they move on to Avajalpa, belittling. We know Krishna's history, what all he has done. We know you don't come and give us all the glories of Krishna. We know how he keeps moving on, forgetting people. And then they move on to Abhijalpa, remorseful speech. Hearing Krishna's pastimes once makes us go mad, go all over. And this is what Krishna is capable of doing. He does one thing and then we are lost forever. And then they move to Ajalpa, offended speech. We all believed his deceitful words. While parting, he said he's going to come back soon. Until like foolish deers, we got caught by the hunter called Krishna, and we are all in the net, not knowing what to do. We are all in pain of separation. And then they move to Pratijalpa, contradictory. Hey, looking at the bee, you're so very beautiful. Therefore, you must have come from Krishna. And you, like Krishna, can you also sting? And that sting, can it cause pain? No, contradictory. And from contradictory, they finally move to Sujalpa, reconciliatory. Forgive our harsh words. If you think we have spoken harshly, don't go back and say this to Krishna, whatever we said. By the way, is all well with Krishna? How is he doing? This is that state of madness of the Gopikas of Braja. We keep discussing the Gopis endlessly. Every time we discuss the Gopis, we can understand the heights to which they go when it comes to Krishna Prema, Krishna Trishna. The Gopis teach us one important lesson, how to spiritualize the material. The Gopis do not reject this body. They do not reject the senses. They do not reject the mind. On the contrary, while yogis struggle to transcend the material, the Gopis effortlessly transmute the material to the spiritual. The same body, the same senses, the same mind become vehicles to experience the divine. What normal people cannot experience. experiencing that limitlessness with the limited instrument, only possible for someone in the state of the gopis. This is what we can call the alchemy of Madhurya Rasa. We all discussed the rasa of Madhurya. Different rasa, we can experience Krishna in different ways. But Madhurya Rasa is the supreme rasa. With Shanta Rasa, we experience his greatness. When we are in Dasya Rasa, we experience his servitude. We experience his, that he is the master. We are servants and he is the master. When we add, the intimacy of friendship, it becomes Sakhya Rasa. And then Krishna becomes a companion, a guide, a friend. And when there is this overwhelming love to protect Krishna, the Vatsalya Rasa get added. And when we add all of this, and when we bring in that intimacy of love, that complete surrender and offering the body, the senses and the mind to Krishna, that becomes Madhurya Rasa. That realization that Krishna is the only Bharta and nobody else. And that is a state, that state of Eka Bhakti, that state of Nitya Yuktaha Eka Bhakti, ever united with him, always longing for union with him, that state of experiencing sweetness of Madhurya, that Madhurya Rasa has a magical power. What does Madhurya do? This is what the Gopikas teach here. No, even emotions which are disturbances of the mind, even emotions which are disturbances of the mind become decorations of prema. In a normal mind, an emotion is a disturbance. But in the mind of the gopis, the same emotion becomes a beautiful decoration of their Krishna prema. No, this is where they transmute. It's like base metal getting transmuted to gold. An ordinary mortal emotion gets transmuted into a spiritual emotion for Krishna. Even in that, even Krishna is not spared. He is held accountable. So this is that I am in love with Krishna. I also demand exclusivity from Krishna. He is made accountable. The Gopikas make Krishna accountable. And this is total intimacy there, where my body, my senses, my very soul are completely given, offered. They teach how this mortal body can actually become a divine altar where we can experience Krishna. And when the key truth in Madhurya Rasa is, they repurpose the humanness. The Gopikas, they may seem like ordinary cowherdesses, but what we see that they teach us how, using this mortal body, we can actually taste Krishna, we can serve Krishna, and we can long to belong to Krishna. Ultimately, life is a test of taste. And to acquire the taste for Krishna is the ultimate test of life. And to acquire that taste using this mortal body, using this limited body, using these senses, is what the Gopikas teach. Their jealousy is not pollution in the mind. Their jealousy is the fire of possessive love. Their anger is not ego-based anger. It is madness for union with Krishna. Their sarcasm is not bitterness. Their sarcasm is bittersweet intimacy with Krishna. So therefore, when they express in Bhramara Gita various emotions, every emotion is born out of Krishna Prema, Krishna Trishna. That is the Madhurya Rasa being demonstrated. Envy is nothing. Their envy is longing to possess Krishna exclusively. Their jealousy, their pain is born out of love for Krishna alone. Their pride is born out of boldness for that intimate love for Krishna. Their anger is a storm of separation from Krishna. Their irritation is restlessness churning off the prema that they have for Krishna. Their sarcasm is a playful mockery reserved for their beloved. Thus we see through Bhramara Gita, they actually are sending a message to Krishna. As this Gopika was talking to the bee, suddenly the bee disappeared for a while. And all the Gopikas became very unsettled. If the bee goes back and conveys all this that we have said to Krishna, to them, what is going to happen? Luckily for that, the bee came back again. Priyasaka punaragaha preyasa preshita kim. Suddenly the tone changed. Priyasaka. the bee became a Priyasaka. From a messenger of a cheater. Hey Priyasaka, hey dear one. Has my beloved sent you back again? We know Krishna has sent you back. We know Krishna is not going to leave us like this. So we know you have come back with good news. You have seen our state. You have disappeared for a while. We know you have conveyed to Krishna our pain of separation. You have come back with the good news. Varekim anurundhe mananiyo simenga nayasikatam ihasman dushyajad vantaparshvam satatam murasi saumya shri vadhu sakamaste. But why have you come back here again? We know that you too realize that we cannot stay away from Krishna. The love for Krishna is so very difficult to give up. And then they are reminded how they can actually consummate their longing. They remember, again this shows the exalted state of the gopis. They know the secret, how to get Krishna, how to attain Krishna. What is the secret? They look at the bee and they say, when you go back, let us also remind you, you must send this message now what we are saying, not what we said previously, that we want to attain Krishna, but send it in such a way that it goes to his ears properly. How can it go properly to Krishna's ears? They give the bee the solution. Satata murasi saumya shrihi vadhu sakhamaste. We know that his consort, Shri, is always with him on his chest. So don't go and tell what we said to Krishna first. Go and say, so that Shri can listen and she will do what is needed. She will in turn talk to, and then Krishna will come running. When she says something, it will happen. The Gopikas, they know, both along with Lakshmi and Hari are our protectors. And they know that if they get Shri as their mediatrix, their job is done. And therefore, they send this message through the bee. Apibata madhupuryam aryaputro adhunaste smarati savitrigehan saumya bandhumscha gopan kvachidapi sakathana kinkarinam grinite bhujamaguru sugandham murdhani adhasyat kadano. This is the message you must take. Now this is the message. They want the bee to now note down. Forget about everything that we said until now. What is the message? Now this is, again, they are also addressing Uddhava. Uddhava, it is unfortunate that Krishna has left this place and has gone to Mathura. But we hope that he still remembers everyone here. We hope that he remembers Nanda. He remembers Yashoda. He remembers all his Gopa friends. Vachidapi kathanaha kinkarinam grinite. We are all his servants. Does he any time talk to you, hey Uddhava, about us? Does he ever talk to you about us? At least once in a day? No, that would, if you say yes, that would make our day. Bhujamaguru sugandham murdhani adhasyat kadano. We are all waiting for only that one moment. When will Krishna arrive and place his fragrant hand, his hasta, his divya hasta on our heads? It is that time we are all waiting for. If you can go and give this message to Krishna, your job of coming here is done. Now Uddhava, after listening to all this, Uddhava has horripilations all over his body. Uddhava wanted to come and teach Gopikas Vedanta, teach how to be strong. Now Uddhava got vital lessons in bhakti. He now understood that if he can be like another Gopika, that will fulfill the mission of his life. Now the Gopikas finally look at Uddhava. Before you go, this is the message that you need to give Krishna. He Natha, he Ramanatha, Rajanatha, Artinashana, Magnam Uddhara Govinda, Gokulam Rajanarnavat. Hey Govinda, your Gokula is in ocean of distress. It is drowning. Hey Natha, hey Ramanatha, hey Lakshmipati, hey Vrajanatha, hey Artinashana. You are the one who can dispel the darkness of our distress. Your Gokula is drowning in the ocean of distress. You are the only one. Hey Govinda, you will not let us down, and therefore please go and give this message. No. Uddhava could not handle this message that the Gopikas gave him. He was coming to terms as to how he can even go back. Uddhava did not have the heart to leave this place looking at all the gopikas. He knew why Krishna is always constantly contemplating on the gopikas. Uddhava many a times would wonder, why is Krishna so proud of his gopikas? He got the answer now. And then, therefore, Sukha writes, Atodhavo nishamyaivam Krishna darshana lalasaha santvayan priya sandeshaihi gopiridam abhasata. Says, having heard this, Uddhava then tried to tell the gopikas that your Krishna is going to come back. He has given you a message. He is not forgotten. He will never forsake you. He is always holding all of you in his heart. You are very much there with Krishna, and therefore you must continue to be strong. Uddhava, he says, and then he looks at all the gopikas, says, I came here with a different mission. Krishna asked me to come and pacify you all, but then I go back a different person. I came to teach you all, but I go back having learned the lesson of my life. Aho yuyam smapura purnartha bhavatyo loka pujitaha. Uddhava then and there prostrated. He fell on the ground of Vraja. The gopikas did not know what was happening because Uddhava had no answer. All that he could do was prostrate. He wanted to be associated with the dust that touched the lotus feet of all the gopikas. And aho yuyam smapurnartha bhavatyo loka pujitaha. Hey gopikas, you are loka pujita. You are worshipped by all because you stay absorbed in Krishna. You teach us how you are the very essence of Krishna Trishna. You are an inspiration to all of us. Bhavatyo loka pujitaha vasudeve bhagavati tasam iti arpitam manaha. You have dedicated yourselves completely. Nobody can ever, we all only can aspire to reach your state, but we can possibly do so with your blessings. And therefore, Uddhava takes the blessings of gopikas and he goes back. He goes back to Mathura and then he conveys in great detail everything that transpired right from the time he met Nanda, Yashoda and all the gopikas. Krishna, Balarama, Vasudeva, Devaki were all completely absorbed in Krishna Katha as Uddhava explained there. Krishna knew one thing, that Uddhava definitely could not have pacified gopikas. The whole purpose of sending Uddhava to Vraja is not to pacify the gopikas, but to keep the gopikas continue to be in that same state, because that in Bhuloka is the highest state of remaining in consciousness of Krishna. So therefore, the very essence of Madhurya Rasa being highlighted through Bhramara Gita, Krishna wanted each and everyone, not only Uddhava, for all of us to understand how the material can be transmuted to spiritual. How our ordinary emotions can, given a new direction, can actually not be disturbances, but be decorations. Emotions need not be obstacles to our spiritual journey. Emotions can become ornaments to our spiritual journey. Every emotion that the gopikas they displayed are all ornaments of their Krishna Bhakti. If we can follow the footsteps of gopikas, then fulfillment of the mission of our lives is guaranteed, because by pleasing gopikas, we know we please Krishna. Let our journey continue. Krishna's journey further continues from Mathura. Until then, let us keep contemplating on the divine lotus feet of all the gopikas of Vraja. Jai Sri Krishna.